Greetings, adventurers, and well met, Master of Dungeons here on the Master of Dungeons Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the Master of Dungeons. It is Wednesday, time for some Tavern Talks with the Shifty Boar. What we're going to be doing today is very similar to what we did yesterday on our Dungeons and Deliberations channel or stream. We're going to be continuing to do some GaryCon prep. GaryCon is 2 weeks from this weekend, or actually, I'll be leaving 2 weeks from today to head up to Wisconsin, Lake Geneva, for GaryCon and starting the 50th anniversary celebration of Dungeons and Dragons. We are going to be running this module. This adventure for the AL room, as we are guests of the Adventurers League room. And this is the second adventure. Yesterday we read through the first adventure. We're going to be running, I'm not going to be running specifically, but they're going to be running the first 6 adventures in the Dreams of the Red Wizards storyline, the Obscure Devotion storyline, of which I was the co-lead on. I plotted the stories, I should say. And we are going to be reading through Something Wicked today to see what we need to prep, things of that nature as we get closer to GaryCon. I really don't take a lot of miniatures or anything of that nature. What I'll generally do is take some Starbursts or something like that, some sugar-free candy. We use those to represent the monsters, and if they defeat them, the players get to keep those. But I just take a simple dry erase map as well, and a lot of it's more theater of the mind. So there's not a whole bunch on the table, especially going to GaryCon where people are going to be eating and drinking and drinking and drinking. It is Wisconsin, so they have lots of drink stations all around GaryCon. It is also intended more for older players and such like that. There's a lot of throwback, advanced D&D, second edition, Dungeon Crawl Classics, Old School Essentials, a bunch of the older style games to give a throwback, since a lot of the players are older that end up going to GaryCon. What I mean by older is at least the majority of people are at least 35 and over. There is younger people, of course, that go as well, but the majority of people that are going to be there are going to be on the older side. But anyway, I digress, I should say. We're going to go ahead and start reading through Something Wicked, which is DRWOD 02. Our dreamer has spoken. It's time to go to Skirthos, where a powerful crystal that defies the weave lies hidden in an ancient necropolis. Can you survive this dangerous journey and arrive in one piece? Part 2 of the Obscure Devotion series of adventures. It's a 4-hour adventure for 5th through 10th level characters. We'll basically have 3 hours and 35 minutes to run. Always want to try to get done when you're running at a convention. If you have a time slot, say you have a 4-hour time slot, you want to try your best to get done at least 15 minutes early. That way you can finish up any clerical work you have to take care of, and make sure to clean your table before the next table, or the DM or GM, whatever, arrives for you to for their table, so that way you can have everything cleaned up and such. Shu is also she's going to be the story lead, project lead for the next arc, the Arc 5 story arc for Dreams of the Red Wizards. I'm not sure what she has as a title. Last arc was Terminal Ambitions. Our arc we just finished up, and we're still doing some final editing on some of the other adventures. It's called Obscure Devotions. I'm not really sure exactly. I can't remember what she had named the next storyline, but she's in the process of working that. I think it's a May premiere at the May virtual D&D weekend. Tickets did go on sale yesterday at noon for the virtual D&D weekend. Let me come over here. We'll put that into our chat. That way, if anybody's watching it back on demand, you can go check it out as well. There it is, virtual D&D weekends for March. Put that in chat as well. You can go over there and get tickets. I might have 1 or 2 tickets available. I am running two adventures on Friday, which are going to be Tier 2 adventures, and then I'm running some non-AL adventures on Saturday, which that's tier 2 as well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get back in here to Something Wicked. Again, just love the work that Rich has done for the layouts and such. Again, we do have a pre-version. It is out on the DM's Guild right now. You can actually go there to pick it up as well if you want. Let's go ahead and put that link up there also on the DM's Guild. That is the adventure we're reading over today. I do have, like I said, the pre-version before it is released actually on the DM's Guild. There might have been some minor changes made after they give us the review copy to review. Obviously, since I just plot the story, Cassandra does the reviews and stuff like that. Just minor edits here and there. So there might be one or two things that are just slightly different, maybe a different couple of words, maybe a different map, things like that for the adventure. Designed for 3 to 7, 5th through 10th level characters, optimized for 5 characters, an APL of 8. The adventure occurs on Escirthos, a rogue planetoid that recently appeared in the Tears of Saloon. Then we have our background, which also has something to do. Obviously, Something Wicked falls directly from Something in the Way. The Harbor's concerned about the sudden appearance of Escirthos, inhabited planetoid in the Tears of Saloon. News of this new planetoid has reached the Red Wizards, who are also keen to learn its secrets. Investigations in Something in the Way resulted in a frantic race to reach Escirthos before the Red Wizards. This ended the dramatic appearance of the mysterious Emerald Gem Dragon, Karvasnathok the Redeemer. The dragon warns of dangerous otherworldly artifacts hidden in Escirthos and that have the power to rend realm space asunder. Thus, the characters recruited to scout Escirthos and discover its secrets. They arrive at Utopia Station, spelljamming port on Escirthos, and meet Chassal Cool agent Janvald Lanou. Janvald tells the characters of the Qualith Psi Crystal, a source of weave-independent magic, gives them a useful contact. After a short stop at a bazaar, it turns into a rough and tumble encounter with some locals. The characters begin their journey to the ruins of old Escirthos. There, they must find the gate to the heart of Escirthos, where the Qualith Psi Crystal and other ancient secrets lie hidden. So basically, the adventure takes place over 4 parts with a call to action scene to start and a wrap up at the end. Characters arrive at Utopia Station and meet Janvald Lanou. The Cantina. The characters must find Nain Gradak, the Shifty Boar, and convince him to help them reach old Escirthos. Yes, I did name the whole stream that we have here on. I'm having some issues here, real quick. Sorry, with my other thing here. Our stream today is called Tavern Talks at the Shifty Boar, and we did include the Shifty Boar in this adventure. So the Shifty Boar is in this D&D adventure. In part 2, they prepare for the journey to Old Escirthos. Nain Gradak must gather provisions and collect his sword from the Bazaar district. However, Escirthos is a dangerous and lawless place, and he needs the characters to watch his back. This is story objective B. Part 3 is the ruins of Old Escirthos. The characters enter Old Escirthos and must navigate and explore the ruins to find their way to his heart. And then finally walk the path. The path to the heart of Old Escirthos is trapped and guarded. Can the party arrive there in one piece? And of course, wrap up barbarians at the gate. The coast is clear, and the gate to the heart of Old Escirthos looms before the characters. And then the next part will be in Something's on the Move. Part 3 is where they would actually enter into the heart of Old Escirthos. Of course, again, as we mentioned yesterday, you do have your adventure hooks. Again, like I said, These are written for the Adventurers League, but you do not have to play Adventurers League to play these adventures. There are a number of wonderful adventures that are out there, created by a number of awesome authors that have created D&D adventures. They happen to be created for use with Adventurers League, but you don't have to play Adventurers League in order to play these adventures. You can play them with your home group. You can play them with homebrew, non-AL, however you want to play. However you play D&D, you can play these without having to play Adventurers League. They're just written specifically to the Adventurers League outlines and such like that, to where it has certain, certain magic items in it, stuff like that, certain levels. Just written according to the rules of Adventurers League. Just like any D&D book, any module, anything like that. If you're not running AL, feel free to change it, add stuff to it, all of that stuff. But these are adventure hooks that will help get the adventurers into the adventure if they hadn't played the first one. Again, as we mentioned yesterday, as a on-ramp to get into these Obscure Devotions adventures, which start at 5th level. The characters start at 5th level in these adventures. You can run either they have some Dreams of the Red Wizards intro adventures. There's 4 of them on the DM's Guild. And there's also, if you go to D&D Beyond, you can get the Spelljammer Academy adventures. And running all of those adventures, if you use the milestones that we use at the end of each one of these adventures, the characters will gain a level, which will be enough. If you run through the Spelljammer Academy, they'll be up to 5th level at the end. If you run them through the intro adventures, the Dreams of the Red Wizards intro adventures, they'll be up to 5th level at the end to be able to start these adventures as well. If you play them all the way through, including the epics as a single table, you will be able to get the characters all the way up to 20th level. They should be 19th before they start the final epic, which is going to be getting a small little rework here. We're going to be running it again at the virtual D&D weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, over I believe it's the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And then we'll go through and do some final edits after they get a second run of that epic through for that. But yeah, getting into the final adventure, which is the Battle of Thaymount, the character should be 19th level heading into that and should be able to get 20th level at the end. All right, then we have the story awards. If there happens to be a story award anywhere in the adventure, it will have our little glyph here to let us know that there's a story award in that adventure. Basically what story awards are is that they'll, if there's somebody that got a previous story award, it might have effect in the adventure that we're playing, or the characters might earn a story award that they can use later on down in further adventures. All right, so call to action: arrival. The rogue planned order to Skithos mysteriously appeared in Toriel's orbit, nestled among the tiers of saloon. Skithos is unknown to many on Toriel, and is a cosmologist. Investigating this phenomenon, I've concluded that Skithos originates from a different wild space system, and that it is inhabited. Word has spread through the realms, and soon enough, covert expeditions to Skithos were underway. Harpers and their allies are concerned. More recently, Spelljammer Academy has received intelligence about Skithos from Jan-Vald Lano, an ally in the war against Astam. And they put out a call for brave adventurers, and the characters among those to answer the call. They meet Jan-Vald Lano at Utopia Station. Oh, I love the artwork. Oh my gosh, this is freaking amazing. All right, call to action, meet with Jan-Vald Lano. This describes Jan-Vald. If you happen to play the Criminal Ambition storyline, Jan-Vald has meets some of the adventurers that played through that in the ruins of Zorventroth, which is Skithos is from Abir, and Zorventroth is from Abir as well. During the Second Sundering, they were both left behind in realm space. Skithos technically still left behind from the First Sundering, which is why it's so populated. And yes, Jan Vald does suffer from a degenerative neurological disorder, which makes walking more and more difficult. And he does have a wheelchair that is really basically considered part of his body and doesn't encumber or slow him for the purposes of the game. He's definitely non-combatant, but it basically talks about the unity, being a member of the Shasaku. He is a Gith that wants to reunite the Gith Yankee and the Gith Zerai. He is a Gith Zerai himself, but he is definitely wanting to reunite all of the Gith into all together again. Utopia Station, thriving spelljamming port on Iskirthos, where a broad assortment of strange vessels come and go. However, its name betrays nothing of its nature. It's run down, ramshackled, and loaded to the gills with shifty-looking folk. Astral traffic has reduced somewhat due to Iskirthos' unexplained and unexpected relocation to the Tears of Saloon, but it's business as usual for those still in Iskirthos. Night falls upon Utopia Station, but the port is alive with constant bustle. Street lamps powered by a bottled lightning pulse against the dark purple sky, shedding dim lights. Warehouses tower over shabby storefronts and hawkers. The west side of the wharf, a slender grizzled man in a wooden wheelchair emerges from an old storefront with a broken window. He gestures for you to come over. Briefs the characters on their mission. This is a little misleading in here, which is one of the reasons why I don't like to go through and read them after they're written, because I don't want to say that's not what I intended. It's good those, and because the authors don't necessarily have all of the the background information and stuff like that. Which Shu, being that she wrote this also, and it was our Cassandra and I's first go around as project leads. It's going to be helpful for Shu for the next round of Dreams of the Red Wizard's Adventures. As Iskirthos is actually from Abir Wild Space, their realm space in the alternate prime material plane. Shasakul has learned that a psi crystal is hidden in the ruins of old Iskirthos, an ancient necropolis full of lost secrets. This crystal is a source of psionic power, unconnected to the weave. This is what Zastam was seeking when the Red Wizards were developing the Far Realm batteries in Zorvatroth. A way to bypass the laws and limitations of the weave and Mistra herself. Tells the character to seek Nain Gradak. Contact who owes him a favor. It's an athletic gifted Yankee man with a narrow face, narrow eyes, olive green skin, who knows how to navigate the ruins. Jan Vald knows that Nain Gradak will be at the Shifty Boar, a cantina on the far side of the port. He remarks rather dryly that the cantina is an interesting choice for a romantic date. Jan Vald warns the characters not to underestimate Utopia Station. It's a dangerous place run by criminals and the unscrupulous. And yes, it was designed, the whole idea of Utopia Station itself, as well as the Shifty Boar Cantina, and all of that is does bring inspiration from Episode 4, A New Hope. Just in case anyone was wondering, does not. It just takes inspiration from it, very similar to how Rebel Moon took lots of inspiration from so many different sci-fi films and stories. Gives the characters location on the character's map and gives them 300 gold toward any expenses they may occur. The Red Wizards may already be here. He wishes them well in their quest and leaves the port to attend to an urgent Shasakul matter. And then it talks about the Red Wizards. Alright, part 1 of Cantina. Find Nain Gradak and convince him to take the characters to Old Iskirthos. And I definitely did leave it up to Shu to go through and design the Shifty Boar how she wanted to, design any neighborhoods or wards that she wanted to do in Utopia Station. I just basically named the tavern or the cantina, and I also named the station Utopia Station. Um, a winking white boar, I love it. Characters arrive. Two bouncer veterans at the door. Musty says for sweat for me. It's the air. It's happy hour at the Shifty board. The room is packed with all kinds of scum and villainy from across the multiverse. Nice. Gif and Gith Yankee drink together. A ragtag band plays a lively tune from a small stage. A thrycring clacks obscenities at an unruly Dampier. An ogre wearing an eye patch hunches over the bar serving drinks. I love it. Ogre bartender answers to bruh, mate, or dude. If they ask for Nan Gradak, he looks the characters in the eye, demands 100 gold pieces of payment. Or they can try to reduce the bribe. If they exceed a DC 18 with the checks, the bartender also tells them that a newcomer wearing a red cloak was murdered in a recent bar brawl. If they succeed, basically if they get by succeed on the check by 5 or more, bartender tells them about the red cloak murder victim and names location for free. The characters move toward Dane's booth, a drow woman in rags. Scorn Never Hate bumps headlong into one of them. She coughs spittle as if about to vomit. If the character helps steady her, she whispers into their ear, telling them that they're being watched closely and trying to make a scene. If the character responds by pushing her away or shouting at her, she swears with slurred speech and stumbles into another character, as if heavily intoxicated, whispering the same message into their ear. Zentarum-aligned characters, members of the Zentarum faction who have a passive wisdom score of 15 or higher, catch a subtle, deliberate glimpse of a tattoo under Scorn's sleeve that identifies her as a Zentarum agent. The Zentarum have secretly pulled many strings to send Scorn ahead of the characters and other expeditions from Toril. Yes, Scorn Never Hate will provide proof and invaluable ally in future BMG DRW OD adventures. Scorn was a character that was created specifically for these and added to. I had an old character that I had made in first edition. When second edition came out, I'd used the house name Everhate, and then happened to note that the other character's name was Morn Everhate, and happened to note that both of those names were listed in the Drow houses and the Drow male names and such like that in the second edition Drow of the Underdark book, which I thought was really awesome. But I ended up going ahead and retconning a little bit of their history to make Morn and Scorn twin brothers and sisters. Twin brother and sister, and that when Morn was born as the third male child, since they were born with twins, they were going to sacrifice them both, and they were escorted away from Shindilran, where they were born, and taken to Waterdeep, where they were raised, and Scorn ended up joining the Zentarum, and Morn ended up joining Brig and Darth. Kind of retconned that for 5th edition. And when I created the NPC Scorn. She stumbles towards the privy and disappears in the crowd. Looking around after... see, I would make this... What I'll probably do when I run it is make the perception check higher, but give the players advantage because anyone that looks around that heeds her advice will look around. And then, of course, you have the group that's spying all the characters as well. Sorry, having some things over there. So of course, a mage, a master thief, and a veteran. We're going to adjust the scene here. Basically talks about a little bit about the history of Morn and her Scorn and her twin brother Morn. Elfehrate is the undercommon drow name of their family, translated to Everhate in Common, in the Underdark city of Shindilrin, deep beneath Cormyr. Then, of course, you have your combat, exploration, and social. Suspicious group carries coins worth 100 gold and a cloak of many fashions. The meet Nain Gradak. Bounty Hunter Shirala, nice. I didn't also explain really exactly how they wanted to do it because I, again, wanted to let the authors do it how they wanted to. And this is a really cool idea. As for a favor, he wants them to guard him while he buys provisions at the Grand Bazaar and collects his sword from the blacksmith. Besides, even more dangerous at night, he doesn't want to risk becoming an easy target for cut purses and murderous bandits. In response to questions about old Skirthos, he quips that it's full of undead. That's what one would expect from an Acropolis. Nice. Once they get to the Grand Bazaar, of course, they can go shopping. We do use the potions and spell scrolls table for sale. That is basically the shared campaigns from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Hey Nova, how's it going? Good afternoon. But yeah, these the potions and scrolls here are from the again Xanathar's Guide to Everything in the shared campaign section towards the middle to back of the book. We put this in here to remind, because a lot of DMs forget in Adventurers League that this is something, and players forget this is something they can do in between adventures as well. So we put this in here to remind them of that. Then they had not been doing the trade market for a while, but have an NPC named Fai Chen that does do a Fai Chen's trading post. So the trading post has been brought back to Adventurers League, and we had put this in here at the beginning. This, I think, was published in March of last year on the DM's Guild. And thought you got it from the Mistress's Arcanum. We actually allow the characters to trade on a one-for-one basis for an uncommon or rare magic item. If they want to pick up Alchemy Jug, Drift Globe, Goggles of Night, Rope of Climbing, or Wand of Magic Detection. Very simple magic items, all of them uncommon. The Drift Globe and the Goggles of Night obviously there for characters that don't have dark vision, to enable them to be able to see. Drift Globe is awesome because of the fact that not only can you use it as a light spell, but once a day you can cast daylight with it, which is really great as well. Of course, terms and conditions apply. Yes, and we did put this in here as well. The above trades don't cost downtime days. The characters are limited to one trade each. With regard to legacy events or story awards, a visit to Fai Chen's Space Market doesn't count as a visit to the trading post or Fai Chen's Fantastical Fair. Then, of course, we have an optional thing here. We used Mahati for that. I like that. The Mahati's thing from this Fight Chin, but then they used the Mahati's Emporium artwork. That's amazing. I love that. Push the crowd and keep up with Nane. If they fail the encounter, fail the check, then you go through complications here, which is really cool. And as soon as they catch up, he's arguing with the blacksmith. Suddenly, and then Griddock shouts, and the blacksmith slumps over the counter dead. Ooh. Assassin, mage, and master thief. Nice. No worries, Nova. On a 5-stream streak, that is awesome. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. So you can, again, we have the pillars, the combat, exploration, and social. Here's adjusting the scene depending on the APL of the characters. Ooh, I love the artwork of this one. This is amazing. And of course, if they did not fight the group in part 1, part 2 then has the treasure. One of the reasons why we did that also is because we did not want to. I'm not a fan of gating treasure or gating magic items. There should always be an opportunity for the players to get there. Some DMs I've noted in training sessions have a tendency to want to steer characters away for some reason or another. I don't know what the mentality is or the thought process is behind that, but they will intentionally lead characters away from treasure or away from magic items, which is not cool from my point of view. This whole thing of Demeter Uthros being hired to stop them is very interesting because it will play a pivotal role later in the storyline, in the adventures of the storyline. Yeah, part 3, the old ruins. So that's pretty cool. Part 2 looks really, really nice. I love that whole interaction with interrupting Nate on his date. Making your way to the bazaar. Oh, the Skirtha stretches for miles. Stone temples worn by the ravages of time, broken pillars overrun with purple vines and brambles, sealed crypts and mausoleums dot the landscape. Large blocks of scalable rubble often stand at the character's way. Oh, the dim light of saloon bathes what is visible from the chasm. The rest of the ruins are shrouded in darkness. Crest of rise set before a deep fissure in the ground. Ruins of old Skirthos lie at the bottom, a labyrinthine worn of old tunnels covered in darkness. The twists and spiral outward, branching into arterial passages connecting to Adios hubs. Ruins are buildings connected by a complex tunnel network. Believes that somewhere within the ruins, the characters find records on the Qualith crystal, but most likely in old libraries or temples. He recommends searching for these records. It's likely that a powerful item would be hidden in the center of the ruins, deep in the heart of Old Skirthos, or the inner sanctum. Cautions the characters to be wary. The undead here can be territorial. If he is dead, they can make a rough map from there, what they see. Okay, cool. To evaluate the necropolis. They'll find a silver crescent moon earring on the ground. Characters can visit the library, the mausoleum, and the temple in any order, and as many times as they wish while investigating the ruins, within the time frame, of course. First stop takes characters to a place he discovered on his last trip to the ruins, a small building that was an alchemist's lab. He wants to search the place for treasure and encourages the characters to join him. They'll find a potion of flying and a mundane treasure worth 1,000 gold hidden in the rubble. Then he points out the library, mausoleum, and temple that he's yet to explore. Ooh, nice. The beholder's now in 2 Bodaks. Nice. Or Bodak, however you like to pronounce that. Spell scroll see invisibility. The Skirthos Common Dictionary Abridged Edition. Old Tomes, collection of old temple records and priest logs, reflections, is written in the language of Old Skirthos. Ink is faded, making it hard to piece information together, even where it can be translated. All right. The results are cumulative. Okay. That's all the information here for us. Euthraxis. Is it Euthraxis? Euthraxis? So basically try to stun or disable the offenders before evicting them from the library. They're not out to kill the characters. So if they start a fight, they will do everything they can just to disable or stun the characters and basically throw them out of the library. Wish library cards. I think I'd mentioned that I do have a degree in anthropology as well, and that's really cool that was added into the adventure. I like that. Mausoleum, Locked Mausoleum. A ghostly green flame flares into being in each of the sconces, illuminating the room with dim light. Small piles of gold and religious relics surround the sarcophagus. The north wall is engraved with text and murals on the other walls, and murals on the other walls depicting unfamiliar religious rituals. Engraving on the north wall is an excerpt of a hymn written in Old Skirthos, translated to common. It reads, I love that she put in the translation book to be able to translate for the players, which is really great. That was an issue in Tomb of Annihilation. A lot of things were written in ancient, the language of Omu, which was, if you didn't have a character, with read or comprehend languages or tongues or anything like that, they wouldn't be able to translate anything. So it's nice giving the characters a tool if needed. Blessed by the light of our crescent moon, the symbol of our forehead shines in the gloom. Sweet are the fruits of laboring hands and minds. Come taste the honey of the palm of your hand. I know that the wise learn from those who came before, so keep all you learn close to your heart. Identify deity with bee-like features and priests who wear unique vestments. Oh, I love that too. This art, this is great. These look amazing. Trap sarcophagi. And then the ruined temple. Speak with the animals of the bees. Apis. Extract the honey and its occupant. Okay. Ooh, nice. I like the idea of using, instead of having like an actual swarm of insects or something like that, they're using that as basically kind of swarms of bees as kind of like a trap situation. Or be cursed until they finish a long rest. Nice. While cursed this way, the character has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with an ability of the DM's choice. What I would probably most likely do is pick their, as a deity, this would be, it's a sacred place to a specific deity or whatever. So obviously what I would choose is if it's a spellcaster, choose their spellcasting ability modifier. If they're a strength-based warrior, it's their strength. If they're a dex-based character, it would be their dex. Things like that. Yes, so they have the engraving up there, so the book or the head or brain of a dead person in the chest, hollow. Body parts from the corpse in the mausoleum, or the book from the library of suitable items. Honey in the palm hollow, they can either get that honey from the beehives or from the alchemy jug, if they picked one up in the bazaar. Silver crescent moon earring. Underground passage. for to walk the path. Ethoraxis. Last member of the party enters the underground passage proper. The altar grinds back into position, sealing the way out. Left without other options, you must press through the tunnel that twists and turns before terminating in a vast chamber. Since your destination is near shrouded in darkness, the ebony gate to the heart of Old Ischithos must stand on the other side of this yawning chasm. Made it dying occasionally, but I'm not good at games like that in the first place, but I'm still having fun freezing my enemies with a particular class. Nice, nice. Alright, then we got the Sanctum approach features. So we have some begging statues. A stump of a 30-foot wide stone bridge juts out over the ledge. Has no rails and no curb. Although it seems the rest of the bridge has fallen away, it's an illusion. The bridge is intact but invisible. Nice. Far side of the bridge, two gigantic robed statues support a wide rectangular mirror. Unspeakable horror. So if they dress up with the vestments that they saw and found earlier, they can disguise themselves to be able to go past the mirrors. Ethoraxis. Ooh, that's when they find out about the red robe wizards. Might already be there. Battering shield. And then the wrap up, because they're actually not going into the sanctum, they're just, the whole point of the adventure was to get them to the sanctum. And then part 3, something's on the move, is where they will get into the sanctum and such like that. Characters before going further. Tends to wounded characters with healer's kit and informs them that he needs to communicate with the Yonvald to seek further instruction before they open the gate. For now, he's done his part in bringing him here. He sharpens his blade and activates his sending stone to contact Yonvald. If if Nain didn't survive the adventure, Shas Al Ghul retrieves his remains and resurrects them, following Yanval's orders to aid the characters. Nain returns at the start of Something's on the Move. Story order: if Nain Gradak survives the adventure, each character is the friend of the Shas Al Ghul Story Award. And then, of course, we have the rewards at the end of the adventure. 4,500 gold pieces. Actually, 4,900 gold. And then battering shield, cloak of many fashions, potion of flying, spell scroll of sea invisibility, and a chance to have a friend of the Shas Al Ghul. Very nice, very nice. I think the battering shield, I believe, was it's either in, I think it might be in Tasha's or Fizman's. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly. And here are the maps. And there's the Necropolis Library. This is the area with the two Bodak and the Beholder Zombie. There's the bridge. The Sanctum Approach. So basically for the encounters in the bazaar and or the cantina, just use a generic battle map for those. Then we have our creature list. Dream Eater for one of the adjusting the scene encounters. Master Thieves. The Unspeakable Horror. The layer actions for the creature as well. It is a challenge rating 13, so obviously it would be a very tough fight for the characters, which their characters are supposed to be, when playing this adventure, probably level 6. So they're definitely going to most likely want to try to talk their way past the creature. Do we have a pronunciation? Did you put a pronunciation guide on there? And the thing here? Did not put them in there. I'm just going to say Etheraxis. Nice. And the Dungeon Master tips here at the end here, when we talk about adjusting the scene and all of that, this is where you can determine that party's strength. Well, I'm going to have a lot of fun running this adventure at GaryCon, which I'm going to be running on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. I've got a game 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. on Thursday. I've got some, I'll be at the admin table on much of Friday, and then I have a 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. game on Saturday. So that looks like a lot of fun. But we're going to go ahead and call the stream for today. We're getting ready to have an ad break come up, so I'm going to try to get this all done before that happens. Thanks for watching today, of course. Thanks to all our supporters, especially our patrons from Patreon. If you'd like to help support the channel, please consider becoming a patron or subbing here on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheMasterOfDungeons. We do love your Prime subs as well. The link to our Patreon page, as well as our YouTube channel and all of our social media accounts, can be found in the About Us section below here on Twitch. If you would subscribe to us on YouTube, it's free to do. Like and comment on the videos. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Give us some likes, retweets, all of that good stuff. Every sub, like, and share helps us immensely. If you want, you can also click on the About Us section and hit that Discord tab, that panel, and join the Master of Dungeons Community Discord server, where you can help shape an accepting, caring, and inclusive D&D community. The merch store is also available. Anything you purchase from the merch store will definitely help support the channel. And of course, tips are always welcome but not expected. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for some dungeon delving, playing some Lord of the Rings online. So have a great rest of your day. Have an awesome day, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And as always, happy adventuring. Take care.